The premise is simple. Build the most unsatisfying house in Minecraft. So simple, in fact, that I've already done it. That's it. There's the video. The end. Goodbye. No, actually, I have some extra rules that I want to follow in order to make the premise a little less simple. See, I want to make the most unsatisfying house. However, I want to make it applicable for modern society. I want it to be something that you could theoretically see in real life. So I'm going to try my hand at building the most unsatisfying house in a modern style that could be actually workable. And to start things off, I thought I'd build the base out of diorite. Oh, I need that. Because it's hated by a lot. It's loved by a lot, including me. I actually like diorite, but I know a lot of people are very not fond of it, to put it lightly. So I'm going to use it in excess, because what everyone loves is when a block is used in excess, right? Yeah, that's definitely unsatisfying if you ask me. Aha, I can already feel the discomfort. Look how this is so unbalanced. That's exactly what I want. Actually, I'm going to add one more layer to this just to make it a little more displeasing. There we go. What am I doing? I can't English. That's what makes me uncomfortable. This is perfect. Yes, connected textures. Everyone loves connected textures. So I figured we'd throw a handful of them in just to make it nice and, terrible, if you will. Oh yeah, I think we've got a nice concentration of bird poop now. And I was thinking, what's more unsatisfying than non-wheelchair accessible abodes? So let's make this the entrance. Right here. There we go. We can even vary up the pathway a little bit, make it even worse. Now we just connect that right to the ground. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that terrible? This is perfect. I gotta concentrate, though, on not making it completely ugly, because our goal is not to make the most ugly house. Our goal is to make the most unsatisfying house, so you have to keep that in mind. And since the house is looking a little bit grayscale, let's go ahead and add some color. You always need some fancy color, so let's just add a big block of color right here. Brown, yes. Yep, we're filling this all the way up. All the way up, because over-concentration of one single block is obviously every builder's dream. We love having just too much of one thing, even though if it's a good thing. Too much of it, just the best, the best. Can't get enough of that, literally. Oh man, I'm having too much fun with this. And now with a conservative amount of brown in place, it's time to add ourselves some windows. So I figured we'd do the windows in the best way, which is all over the place with no rhyme or reason. We're just gonna punch some holes in the wall, make it nice, and then use the excuse of modern style to cover up the fact that we don't know what we're doing. Oh, that's perfect. Yes, we could always use multicolored glass too. Why don't we make a porch here? Oh yeah, actually that would be fun. Let's make a porch. And there we go. We're not even gonna have railings on this side, just because who cares about safety? We're not all about safety. We're about not being satisfying. We could even add an entrance to here. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Thinking on the go. Thinking on the go with Kian. I think that's great. And then to top it all off, we'll put some icing on the chocolate cake. In the form of smooth quartz. Because, I don't know, just seemed like a nice block to put here. And we don't want to make this super ugly. We want to make it just ugly enough that it makes you uncomfortable and dissatisfied, of course. But not super ugly as to make you, throw up your lunch. I have a little bit of sanity left. There we go. Oh, it looks like a chocolate muffin or something. Something you'd see in a mod of Minecraft where they had extra foods and decided to 3D model them. And with this final section out of the way, the exterior is done. And you know what? I've been thinking. I think I'm just going to leave the windows open. Because, having glass is a bit of a luxury. We don't want to give the people who live here any happiness. We want them to be eternally dissatisfied. So, in order to make them dissatisfied, they're going to have a permanent draft, which is in the form of all these windows with no glass, because I hate whoever lives here, apparently. Man, I really have it out for these people. Okay, yes, this is great. I do think we should add a door, though. What kind of door should we add? I've got it. Oak doors, because they don't fit the style at all, and, we're not all about catering to style anymore. We're just about making things annoying, and I think that's perfect. Oh, yeah, that's super annoying. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's do it on the other side now. Ta-da! And they're even flush with the sides, so it's even more dissatisfying. Oh man, this is great. This is turning into such a masterpiece. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, time to move on to the interior. First, actually, let's make this a block. Oh, there we go. Yes, now that's an excuse of a modern style. Perfect. For the interior, we're all about contrast, so let's put some purple down. we need this color in here. Oh yes, yes, that is the perfect color. Obviously well suited to the current palette and not outrageous at all. And now we need to decide the layout. So I think the best possible course of action is to make every room as excruciatingly small as possible, because everyone loves very cramped spaces and tiny little bedrooms and bathrooms. So we're gonna make every room at least 1 block wide. Maybe 2 if you're lucky. We'll even make the toilet right next to a really wide open window. We'll widen this up a little bit, make the toilet right here. That's perfect. Yeah, and then the wall is going to go right here. Yes, yes, and then you've got 1 block of space, and then we're going to scooch it in a little bit so we've got more room for our tiny little bedrooms, and this is going to be the bathroom, and you get a nice view out to the front. And the person in the front gets a nice view onto you. With the bathroom sorted, I actually realized that I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. I have to decide what I want to make for the walls. So I think I'm going to make an old-timey wallpaper design that doesn't suit the modern style at all, because what's more unsatisfying than 2 styles that clash? I'm not sure, actually. A lot of things are, but I can't think of any right now, so we're just going to stick with this and see what happens. And for the floor of these rooms, I'm going to make them out of stone, because what's more unsatisfying than having a really hard floor in your living room, having a really hard floor in your bedroom. That'll be cold, and when you get out of bed, you have to put your feet on it, and it's gonna be so cold and miserable, and you're gonna have such a bad time, and it's lovely, and I love it, and I'm going to keep it. Oh, and we've got a little bonus, too. Some of the wallpaper is going to clash with the windows, and I'm going to keep it all, because, of course, this is the most unsatisfying house. It has to have walls that clash with windows. And I'm not going to repair this. No, I'm keeping these. This is fun. And for the kitchen, I figured we would put it on a raised platform in order to give as little headspace as possible, because who doesn't love a cramped kitchen? And we'll make the sink right on the end here, so if any water spills, it goes all the way down here into the dining room and pools around next to the dinner guests' feet, because of course you're going to have guests in this house. I mean, you want to share your misery and pain with others, right? And finally, for the dining room, let's put some chairs that would be more suitable for a public park than in a house. Because comfort is key here, and by that I mean we don't want any of it. Oh, I almost forgot about these rooms. What should we put in here? Certainly not doors, because privacy isn't an option in this house. However, I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 bedrooms and then 1 recreation room. Preferably, we'll make the recreation room the smallest, since, of course, that makes the least sense, and we're not about making sense here in this build. You know, another plus with this room is that there are absolutely no windows, so it's a completely isolated space, probably full of dust that you will be breathing in while exercising, which is absolutely perfect in this context. And on top of that, these weights are massive, a cubic meter each, in fact, so massive that I doubt any sane person would be able to lift them, so, you know, as well as being poorly ventilated, the exercise equipment in here is impossible to use. Oh, it's raining. I forgot I had the textures off with Optifine. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep it raining, because I hate rain in Minecraft, and we're trying to make this a painful house, so what's more painful than having a laggy game in the game that you're building in? So for the bedrooms, I was originally going to put beds in them, however, I thought that was a little bit too comfortable, so instead we're going to just have blankets and a pillow on the hardstone floor. And while we're at it, why don't we put our clothes hangers here, right over top of the bed, so they have to look up and see all their clothing hanging above them, because, you know, closets are too nice for this place. And with the misery of this side somewhat mirrored onto this side, well, I think it's safe to call this miserable piece of work finished. Man, this sucks. I love it, but it sucks. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. More importantly, I hope you're inspired not to build like this. Please, I beg of you, do not build like I have here. You will hurt everyone, including yourself. That being said, thank you again for watching, and I will hopefully catch you in another one of my videos. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, I would be happy to make more, so just let me know down in the comments. If you have any more ideas for, you know, how to make the build worse, or how to make it better, I guess, let me know too. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are.